Another beautiful day in Los Angeles to work on an Elan M100 Lotus. Had a nice little gathering this morning at the Peterson Museum with other Lotus, and what we're doing today is rectifying this, which is the sway bar link or the anti-roll bar end link. So the top of this, well, this should be one piece, obviously. There's the remnants of the nylon bushing that goes inside here. And this should go through the anti-roll bar, sway bar, and this long bolt right through the wishbone right there. So because these are expensive and hard to find, at least in the States, this is a solution that was suggested by people on Lotus Elan Central. Dave Pink, credit to him. Thank you very much, Dave. So what we're basically going to do, we're going to put another washer here between the head of the bolt and the rod end. But the rod end will go up through the anti-roll bar instead, and this will go through. This will be bushed in space with these washers, and then we'll cinch it up with a nylock on the other side. So cheap, easy to get this stuff. I have bags of all of this hardware now except for the rod ends. So if anybody else ever needs, I can supply. Not a big deal because I'm never going to need these giant bolts forever. So that's the story right now. The car is supported on jack and stand, just so people don't freak out. Yeah, let's see what happens. Important thing to note, you must hog out that hole in the sway bar so that it can accept the wider diameter rod end. And what we've just done is measured the center line of the original ball on the pivot to the end of here, and it matches up to about 8 of these crappy washers. There's also a spring washer in here just to protect the ball from the head of the bolt. So we will stick this thing through and then put another washer and nut on the other side, and then put a washer here and then a nylock on top and torque it all up. So what we're doing now is we put the old bolt in backwards to make that hole lined up, and then we'll put the new one in so that everything stays aligned, and drive out the old one, and there we go. Now it's through. So now we'll bolt everything up. Should be good to go. Just a quick edit in here. We had to actually take out a couple washers. So Dave on Lotus Elan Central said 6 washers. He's correct. So everything should line up nice now. So we'll lift the sway bar up, put the jack, line this up in there. So we just basically used the old one, which got knocked over there, and I'm just kind of knocking it back and forth to get everything lined up the proper way. And there we go.
And we need a washer.
And we need a washer. That's the other thing. We're going to put a washer on top of the rod end for a flat spot. So here's our complete homemade anti-roll bar assembly, sway bar assembly. We have a little thin jam nut on the bottom of the sway bar with a washer, and a washer on top, and then a nylock, all M12 hardware. So we cinched those 2 nuts together, sandwiching the sway bar to the rod end, and then the rod end is going through the track control arm. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll put links to the hardware in America in the description. Although that jam nut we just found in a pile, so you're on your own for that one. It actually came with the rod end, but not all rod ends will come with that, so yeah, you'll have to raid your local hardware store, but all this should be there. So thanks for watching.